Welcome to Prayer and Bible Band Lesson 10. I do not own the rights to this music. Prayer gives courage to continue. The background reading is coming out of Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 6 through 9, and then verses 15 through 23. The devotional reading is coming out of Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 1 through 23. The central verse says, "In what place ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us." And that's Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 20. We are going to read the devotional reading, Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 1 through 23. The background reading scriptures incorporate all of the scriptures in the devotional reading today. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth, and took great indignation, and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria, and said, What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him. And he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity, and cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof. For the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah, and the Arabians, and the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites, heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem, and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversary said, They shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, From all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Therefore said I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places, I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up, and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses. And it came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They which builded on the wall, and they that bear burdens, with those that laid it, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders every one had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise at the same time said I unto the people, let every one with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing. Nehemiah's concern for the ruined condition of Jerusalem's walls lead to action. He faced challenges and hardships, and this called for courage to finish the task. Courage began the work. Nehemiah 4, verse 6. Being motivated, the people reconstructed the wall to half its original height all around the city. Courage challenged. Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 7 through 8. There were two enemies, Tobiah and Sanballat, who conspired with three groups surrounding Jerusalem to hinder the rebuilding of the walls. Observing the quick closing of the wall's breaches, these schemers became extremely disturbed. They plotted to fight against Jerusalem and hinder the building. Courage prayed for. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 9. Nehemiah and his friends took the threat seriously. They prayed to God and posted a guard day and night to meet the threat. The partnership of heaven and earth, of trust and good management, is taken for granted as something normal. We learn an interesting aspect of prayer from Nehemiah. Prayer may entail on our part. Jesus encouraged us to ask, seek, and knock. And that's found in Luke chapter 11, verses 9 through 10. Looking for a new job begins with prayer and seeking out applications. Nehemiah prayed for courage and set a watch. The plotter's trick failed. Courage came from God, and the workers returned to the wall. Encouragement also came to the workers through three actions of Nehemiah. First, he employed everybody in the work. The officers were behind the whole house of Judah, supporting the work. Second, Nehemiah divided the men into weapon carriers and workers. Half of the men became laborers on the wall. The other half of the men held the spears, shields, bows, and body armor. Third, Nehemiah armed the workers. Swords dangled from the sides of both of those who labored on the wall and those who carried material to the workers. Stationing the trumpeter next to himself, Nehemiah informed the Jews of his strategy. Nehemiah instructed the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people to rally to the sound of the trumpet. God would fight for them. The workers at the point of attack would already be there. Backups would be needed. Nehemiah completed the strategy to increase the faith of the exhausted workers and people. Half of the men held spears from dawn to night. Rising stars brought gentle light to tired laborers. Nehemiah, being God's gifted leader, understood how to instill courage to finish the task of rebuilding the wall. He employed prayer, total commitment of all the people, and leadership participation. The questions for today's lesson. Question 1. What tactics did Judah's enemies first use to stop their work? Question 2. How did Nehemiah organize his personal servants during the crisis? Question 3. Why was an attack on one group of workers an attack on all? The essential thought says opposition can serve as an antidote to prayer. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. These are notable scriptures. Matthew chapter 9, beginning at verse 37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and will wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful, and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil, and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power. and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord, for he is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. Romans chapter 8, verse 31 says, "What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us?" The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.